I just got a new blanket.
I was going to decorate, but then my car got a flat tire, so my money went towards that.
Oh,
instead of decorating the studio here, so
yeah,
it's still bright and sunny.
I got a new blanket because we have 2 like fall blankets. I wanted 2 Christmas blankets.
Yeah, I bought one. It's just still at home in Pennsylvania.
I was trying to find a green one because we have red. I didn't find any green ones, so I got like a light blue, but it has Christmas trees and candy canes, and it's scent infused, so it smells like peppermint.
No, mine are. I do a Snoopy theme, so I have a Snoopy themed Halloween blanket and now Snoopy themed Christmas blanket. So
I feel like my Christmas aesthetic is red and green and white, just like classic Christmas, which is why I wanted the green blanket, but I was like, I guess this is what we're going with because I'm not going to take the time to search any farther than I already was at my second store. So I tried Target and Walmart, and I'm like, I don't want to spend a bunch of money on them, and that's the cheapest places. So, yeah. Well, hello, everybody.
Hi, welcome to the Music Lens Podcast with me, Alex Allegra.
And Katie Fee. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
Down to the last 2 episodes of the year here for us.
We took a break for Thanksgiving. We did a little 2-week break just because why not? It's the end of the year. We're winding down.
Yeah.
But did you have a good Thanksgiving?
I did, actually, yeah. I went home to Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Had a good time with my fam.
That's good.
Not much happened besides just laying low, which was nice. So
yeah, I had to work, but we also had family come to us. So I was like, well, if I have to work a holiday, I guess it's this one. Like, sorry that I'm working while people are here, but it is what it is. So, but it was still nice. So we still had our Thanksgiving meal at night when I got home and stuff. So we still were able to do the normal Thanksgiving stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is our Christmas episode, but I did want to kind of talk about CMA Awards a little bit, even though by this time it's like
just holiday award. I mean, it's just holiday themed because we're in December, but there's still like
there's a little bit of stuff.
Are normal episodes, in a sense.
Yeah.
Kind of.
They're still music related.
So,
yeah. I mean, we did music related stuff for Halloween, so yeah. You said you didn't really pay attention much for CMA Awards, so I don't know.
I didn't.
If you saw clips on social media or anything.
Fun stories for concerts because I went to Jelly Roll before I left town.
Yeah, that's right. You went to Jelly Roll. Yeah, there was a lot of people around downtown for Jelly Roll, and I was like, wait a minute, why did Alex go to all these other places for Jelly Roll if he has a Nashville show? But I guess you just went to multiple.
Well, originally he didn't, and then he added it last minute. So I went for work, and I went for work out in Knoxville the first time just by myself, and I just took pictures. And I needed to do that because we also had a deadline to get photos in for a magazine. Okay. So I had to go out and do all of that. I didn't end up going to Kentucky like I wanted to because I accidentally missed that time zones were a thing and would have gotten there past the concert. So
it's fine.
And then he came to Nashville, and I ended up going with my mother-in-law because she really wanted to go. So that was just a nice little extra thing that I did, and it was really nice. I didn't intend to do that, and he was like, last minute, our manager at work was like, do you want to go? And I was like, I mean, if it's really no hassle, because I shouldn't be asking this late. And he was like, I got you. So that was nice. And then I'm like texting Katie the whole time because he had so many guests show up. It was like every other song.
I was getting the live updates.
Yeah, and I was like,
except
oh
your
God.
Snapchat went through like the next morning.
I didn't know that. Like, yeah.
Oh, okay. But I think it was it Morgan?
Yeah, Morgan. So Post Malone was at the concert, and we got drinks, and the lady at the desk was like, you didn't hear this from me, but when I heard sound check, there was Snoop Dogg and Post Malone were sound checking. And then Post Malone was there in the crowd, just like hanging out. And then they had to escort him away because he was drawing too much of a crowd because he was signing things. He was so nice. And he was signing things, but like everyone kept seeing that it was happening and that he was taking pictures and doing all this stuff. So they like started crowding. And so I was like, oh, so Post is here, so he obviously must be singing. He didn't end up singing. Spoiler alert.
Interesting. Okay.
Ernest opened, and Ernest had Morgan come out for Long Live Cowgirls and another song.
Okay.
Flowers. the
Flower Shop.
Yeah, Flower Shop. Who was the first guest after that? And then he always brings his openers back. So Ernest and Alexandra Kay also came back. And Alexandra Kay also, I noticed that she hadn't said she was an independent artist anymore at the end of her set like she normally does. And then Jelly Roll brought her out. And then sure enough, she had said that she just got signed by a record label that day. So
okay. Yeah. I'm curious what the thought process was of like, was it getting to be too much on her own where she needed label help? But it's like, you could also just build your own team. It's not like you have to do it all by yourself if you're independent.
And she was really successful by herself.
So like, why are you...
I mean, it's always easier. Isn't that always the goal? We always kind of want a label to back us up at the end of the day.
Yeah, maybe it was only getting her so far or something, and she thought the label would help take it up a level.
But yeah, she normally is like,
the text I'm looking.
This is such a big deal for an independent artist to be on a tour like this and do all the things that she was doing because it doesn't happen. And then sure enough, so that was kind of cool. And then
Kelsey Ballerini and Chase Stokes were there.
They were there. I saw them walk in the middle of the show, and they were just hanging out the whole time in the little VIP pit, which is where I would have standed if I was taking photos that night.
My coworker got a picture with them.
Yeah. And then there was just some other...
Wolf, is that the name?
That was the rapper
could figure
guy.
Out the name.
Yeah, Young.
I tried Googling to figure out what you meant, but no.
There was like a couple like kind of rapper kind of people.
Skylar Grey, Keith.
Oh yeah, Keith Urban came out, which was really cool, and he did 2 songs with him.
He did, to tie into CMA Awards, I guess, like, Jelly did Liar, and Keith just, like, played guitar.
He played guitar for one song, and he sang for one song.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, he didn't sing on the awards. He was basically just playing guitar, but was, like, heavily featured, like, had him up front with him instead of just, like, part of the band. So.
Yeah. And then...
Snoop.
And then, well, he didn't come out at first. So Jelly always does like this is like my music history, and he'll like do a couple different songs. Like, my mom taught me 90s country, and then Alexandra Kay will come out and sing like a 90s country song with him or something like that. Like, that's what he did back in Knoxville, but then this one was different.
Okay.
And then he'll do like, then I learned rock from like my dad or something like that, and then I forget the order that he goes in. And then but my brother taught me rap, so he'll start to rap, and he starts with a Snoop Dogg song. So I was like, oh my god, he's not bringing out Snoop Dogg. That was the point. I was like, honestly, if I walk away from the show not hearing Snoop Dogg, I'm gonna be so upset.
Aww. And
then sure enough, he was like, wait, because then he'll go into a medley, and it's Eminem, and then he does a different song. I forget what the third song is. And then I was like, maybe Eminem will come out. Like, who knows?
Who knows?
And so then all of a sudden, he's like, wait. Why am I singing Snoop Dogg if Snoop Dogg's sitting in the back right over there? And then Snoop Dogg came out. I was like, oh my god! I was fangirling so hard for Snoop Dogg. And then he smoked a blunt. Oh. He had a whole like Amazon package full of blunts.
Okay.
He rolled up a couple blunts, and then I thought he was giving them to the crowd at first, and so I was like, I don't know if this is illegal.
That might not be illegal. Yeah,
but it was funny.
That's fun.
So sure enough, and it was a really fun show. And then I thought, who else? I thought maybe Lainey would come out because he ends the show with her song,
and her tour is over, so like she's around.
And then I thought maybe Kelsey was there to sing with him for that last song. No, it was just coincidental things.
He did get to be, she performed the halftime show at the Cowboys game on Thanksgiving, and he got to come out and sing Save Me as part of the set.
I did see that, yes.
Yeah. Someone had a TikTok. It was like, I'm cracking up at Jelly trying to hide in the background, and I'm like looking, I'm like, honestly, you can't see him
I
that
couldn't see him until
so
he
I don't
came
know
out.
why you're laughing. I'm like...
He is a very noticeable person. It's very hard to ignore him.
The camera angles and stuff were very, like, honed in on her instead of, like, wide shots of the stage. So I'm like, no, you can't really tell, but okay.
I was like, oh, Jelly! And I was like, I just saw him. It was like, proud team moment. Yay!
I didn't get to see her whole performance, but I saw clips of it.
I didn't hear it.
Fun.
I only saw it because they had it on, but they didn't have the sound on because we were all talking. And then when Jelly came on, then they turned the sound on, so I got to hear from that point.
Yeah, but I'm sure it was great. I'm assuming because she tends to always do great. So, I guess we can get into CMA Awards, which was late this year. So, like, I know this is, like, a while after it actually happened, but I feel like November 20th is late for CMAs. It's usually, like, the first week in November. Yeah. So, it seemed weird that it was later. But Post Malone and Chris Stapleton opened the show, and then they got to perform separately later in the show, too. So,
I did hear
started
that
with California
a lot
Sober.
of people said that Post's performance was not it.
No. I love the song because he performed Yours, but I think he was screaming a little too much, and so it was kind of pitchy.
Gotcha.
I don't know. If he would have, like, screamed less, maybe it would have been
But that's just kind of his voice,
know.
and I am afraid he's gonna blow out his voice one of these days because he kind of screams, sings, and, like, it's a joke of his, but it's so not healthy, and I'm like, Post, you gotta sustain here a little bit, like, and I know you can sing, so let's get that technique in working order.
Yes. Yeah. Megan Maroney also sounded a bit off, and I don't know if it was, like, a breath control thing or what, but it was like, there's something off about the vocals tonight for her, too, so, but it could be nerves, because I'm trying to think of if she's performed Tennessee Orange during that era, if she did that for an award show,
I feel like she did.
Her first. Okay, because she won Best New Artist, so I was like, has she gotten to play stuff before?
I mean, even maybe not that specific award show, but she has for other award shows already, so it feels like it's the same kind of a thing.
It seemed weird. I was like, why is this a struggle? Like, it shouldn't have to be at this point, but I feel like there's probably just something going on that we don't know about. But Ella Langley, Riley Green did their song You Look Like You Love Me, and they, like, started in the crowd and did a little crowd work walking to the stage while they sang their respective verses. So that was fun to see. I don't know if it was, like, his mom or something, but the lady next to Riley, like, put his hat on for him before he, like, started moving. I'm like, that was cute. But
it was just a seat filler. She was just like,
maybe.
Okay.
I was like, is that, like, someone he knows? Because it's not anyone recognizable of, like, fame, I guess. So I'm like, is this a seat filler, or is this, like, your mom, or who is this? But they did really good. I liked their performance, and I saw yesterday on Instagram that the song just went #1 at radio.
I thought it was already #1.
I guess it went #1, and it's first #1 for a female at country radio for, like, a year. Billboard had an article about it going #1.
With Megan being in that loop, with Lainey being in the loop with.
So I, like, copied this paragraph from the article of, meanwhile, for the first time in 2024, a woman artist rules country airplay. Lainey Wilson last led among women as featured on Jelly Roll Save Me for 2 weeks in December 2023. Langley is the first woman to reign in a lead role also since Wilson, who spent 3 weeks at #1 in October 23 with Watermelon Moonshine. Langley ends the longest break, 51 weeks, between women, including groups with prominent female vocals, topping the chart since a record 61-week shutout in 2003 to 2004.
That's very surprising that
I was like,
with Megan's album coming out, I would have assumed maybe one of her songs. But I feel like as an album as a whole, it's a really good album, but she's still singing
country
Tennessee Orange
though,
and all of that stuff, which is older stuff. Like, she's not bringing any of those new singles to radio, I feel
right, because I don't know what's getting promoted radio-wise for singles versus just kind of, like, in general. I don't know.
It just feels like her as an artist is getting very much promoted, but there's nothing off of that album that's, or maybe they tried when it first came out and it just never stuck, like when she was releasing her promotional singles. Or
maybe it's still building up to it and just hasn't hit yet, because Am I Okay came out in July, so I think as a single as well as the album, so it might just be a slow burn to the top.
I'm just surprised Indifferent didn't do anything.
Yeah, for sure. Also, I know Hang Tight Honey hit #1 for, like, the Highways top 30 countdowns, but where is that radio wise? Because that's been out for a while.
That's also so true, is that
things like that
the XM versus regular terrestrial radio is always a different story, and I forget which ones do which.
I used to look up the country media base chart and just, like, check it, like, all the time, like before I even moved here, just because I was curious of, this was during Tomatogate, so I was like watching the women, mainly Kelsey at the time, I think, because that was when her first single was like Climbing and stuff.
I'm surprised Cowboys Cry 2 didn't make it to number 1 or anything. Like, that's so shocking to me.
That's right, 4x4 by You is Lainey's current single, and that is at 12 right now, so it's climbing. And Megan, Am I Okay is at 31 and climbing. So there's Carly is on here too, but there's not really much else for women. But yeah, so it's not getting better, unfortunately. But I thought, it seems like there's so much women with Megan and Lainey and Ella and stuff this year. It feels like there's more, but then when you look at like FM radio, it's still not changing.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. That just made me think of it, of seeing that post. I was like, wait a minute, what?
It's just frustrating in the sense that Lainey is at a point in her career that when artists like 10 years ago, if there was a new song by Luke Bryan, if there was a new song by Jason Aldean, if there was a new song by Lady A, it would immediately go to number 1. And Lainey's in that point in her career that it should feel like that. Well, because
we heard that from Hardy when he spoke at Belmont, of sometimes songs go to number 1 so quickly that they don't get feedback from listeners until after it's already been number 1. And then, like, after the fact, it's like, oh, they didn't actually like it that much.
Because it just gets pushed and, like, that's it. You don't get a say. It's just, that is the song that's out right now, and it's the top artist. And Lainey's been at the top for everything, it feels like. So it feels like she should just be, like, in that position. And even though I hate that that's a thing sometimes, it just sucks that the females can't just do that.
Royalty wise, you do want a slow burn though, because that means you're on the radio longer
and
you're making more money
for sure.
Because that was another thing Hardy had said in that same conversation. But yeah, I just think that's funny that things would go number 1 without actually knowing if people liked it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Also, White Horse by Chris Stapleton won Song and Single of the Year, and song is to me like a songwriting craft type of award. How did Dirt Cheap not win? By Cody Johnson.
I don't know that song, so I can't.
It's so good.
I'm just not a huge Cody Johnson fan, so like I don't really gravitate towards anything he puts out.
It's like a man comes to his door asking to sell his land to him, and he's like, you can't find that kind of dirt cheap, and talking about all the like sentimental value of the land, of like, dog is buried under the tree, also this is where I proposed to my wife, this is the swing my little girl used to swing on.
So like a house that built me kind of a song.
Yeah, but I love the wordplay of dirt cheap, that line and stuff. It's just, I don't know. I feel like there's more content to that song compared to White Horse. So I was just like, how did this not win?
Yeah.
Also, I don't know what White Horse did radio play wise and stuff, because Single of the Year to me is like, okay, how much did that blow up? How much did you see that everywhere?
Right.
And I think Shabuzi was in that category too. Let me double check. But if not, it's like things like that I think of for Single of the Year.
Right. Not that I don't love Chris Stapleton.
Oh, and I Had Some Help was on there for Single. So I feel like the ones that are more like the viral moments is the Single usually.
Yeah.
But also Chris Stapleton's just a favorite in the industry, and it's an industry voted, not a fan voted award. So that's probably why he's getting these, because people like him in the industry. And also with him, he won Male Vocalist of the Year, and it was his 8th time winning, which seems crazy that he's already been around that long. And they had Luke Combs on the screen when they said that, and he goes, his 8th? Like, you could really tell lip reading wise that's what he said. And people were like going after him on socials for some reason because of it, because I think they were thinking he was mad or something. But I was just literally the reaction of like, are you kidding me? Already 8 kind of thing. Like, it's crazy that he has so many.
Oh, then it must have been that award show that I saw people going after him for. But I feel like there was another award show too where people were judging the way Luke Combs felt like he should have won or something like that. Maybe it was just this one.
Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't anything of like, oh, I should have won or anything. It was just like surprised that he's already won 8. But it was funny. I was like, yeah. It's just how emphasized his words were, and it's just very clear lip reading for it. And I'm like, this is funny.
Right.
Yeah, his bar just opened last month.
Yeah.
I need to go see it still. I haven't seen it yet, but yeah.
Bus Call's over there now.
Is it?
Yeah, that's their new home.
That would make sense. Or Bus Call?
Yeah.
Or Whiskey Jam?
No, Bus
Call. Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I was gonna say it makes sense if it was Whiskey Jam because, like, I feel like Whiskey Jams and Luke Combs have done a lot of collaborations.
Oh, I agree,
and stuff,
but nope, it's Bus
Call.
Wow.
Okay. Interesting.
I thought it was a huge leap too.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
The last thing was that Morgan Wallen won Entertainer of the Year, and he wasn't even there.
I did know that, yeah.
I Googled it to see if there was any sort of thing of, like, why, and there's no reason. Like, it doesn't...
Didn't show up.
He just didn't show up. I'm like, you don't even bother to show up, and you win the highest award of the night, okay? And Jeff Bridges, he presented it, and he's like, and the Entertainer of the Year goes to Morgan Wallen.
I did hear about that whole thing.
I was like, yeah. So that was funny. Yeah. I mean, obviously, show-wise and stuff, I feel like it kind of makes sense for him to win. I just don't like that he didn't bother to show up without... And, I mean, I guess he doesn't owe people an excuse, but...
No, but it's odd to me when people don't even have, like, any kind of acceptance.
Right, because, yeah, and I don't think I've seen any... like thing online of like thank you for this award after the fact.
Even a nice PR statement. Like it's odd that a PR person really wasn't pounding that in.
But also he's like last minute canceled concerts and things like that, and I feel like that's just some like Entertainer of the Year, someone who's supposed to represent country music well and stuff, and like doing stuff like that is not a good thing. So from that aspect, I'm like, can we give it to Luke Combs instead or someone? I think Luke Combs probably out of the people, because he's also a stadium level artist. Yeah, I would say because Luke Combs is the only one out of the others that are doing like stadium level shows. Because it was Luke Combs, Jelly Rolls, Chris Stapleton, and Lainey Wilson were the other ones. I know you like Jelly.
Does such a good job.
Maybe in a few years. I feel like he's still growing in the
genre.
genre.
Next year he's doing the stadium tour with Post. So.
Okay, so maybe. Oh, like opening though?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Lainey's won it when she's been an opener though, and she got crap for it. But
yeah.
What is
Christmas
today's
main topic today?
What's your favorite Christmas song? I know you don't.
I don't like Christmas music.
Oh, no.
Fun fact for you. I will say, the older I get and the more it's not jammed down my throat, the more I can appreciate some nostalgia here and there. And the more I can appreciate some of it. Okay?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I also say this. I said I would never release a Christmas song, but I might have like one centered around the holidays coming out. So like, it's not Christmas specific, but it's like a Christmas-esque song. Yeah. So it might be released. I also have one song that I absolutely love that is not Christmas, but it's called Marshmallow World. And I have been doing a cover of this song for forever.
Okay. I was trying to think of
so that song.
I don't know how much you want to give away. I was gonna say giving The Moment I Knew, where it's like kind of Christmassy because it takes place in December, but it's not
I don't think of that one as that though. Yeah, but this is
even though that one's her birthday, but like you know what I mean. It's like a December song. But it's not necessarily Christmas.
Yeah, but this one's called Alone at the Holiday Party. So
I don't know how much information you want to give, considering nothing's like set in stone yet for plans, but that won't be this year, but
exclusive
in the future. Would that be your favorite?
But it's a winter song. I don't mind winter songs. Here's my thing with it. I hate holiday songs because I had to listen to it. I never got a choice in what I wanted to listen to, and it was the same songs. It's like freaking It's a Small World. I freaking hate that song.
Okay.
Because it just does not leave your noggin. You have to hear it every time. And it's the most annoying, kid-friendly song. I don't like it. Period.
Okay. I had to look up the lyrics because I'm like, is this the one that I'm thinking of? Because the Garth and Trisha Christmas album, I think, has it. And yeah, that's the one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to pick favorites because there's just a lot of songs for Christmas. I don't know if we're like holiday versus Christmas songs or like classic songs. I really love
Kelly Clarkson's Underneath the Tree. Actually, I do love that song. And I do cover that one all the time, too.
I love There's a New Kid in Town for some reason. I just really like that one for like the more like faith-based Christmas music. But I was trying to think ahead of time and my brain was like, no, for classic Christmas of what to pick for favorites. But I feel like lately I've been really into more newer original Christmas songs versus just like covers of classics.
And that's also why it annoys me is a lot of new Christmas, it's just the same. Oh my god, there's a present. Oh my god, there's a tree. Oh my god, there's snow. Oh my god. It's like, it's just so generic that it annoys the crap out of me.
Okay.
Anyways.
Okay.
I was very cynical. Like I said, I'm working on it, okay?
Dan and Shay did a double Christmas album, so the first disc, it says disc on Spotify. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, they do that.
First disc is all covers, and then second is all originals, and then Brett Eldridge did a all original Christmas album this year, so there's like a handful just this year alone. I don't know, I like original Christmas music. I like it when it sounds like if the content were different, it could be played year round. I think I might have said that before. I don't know if it was on the podcast because we didn't have the podcast last Christmas, but like Tiger Lily Gold Fa La 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 Folly is one where it sounds to me like it could be like something else if it was different lyrics. So I don't know, I like it when there's not too overall Christmas vibe sonically sometimes. So I have like a couple things for us. I have a little game, and then I have an article of like backstories of some songs that I figured we did like a form of having people send in responses to help gather for this game, but there is one out in the world of like guess the Christmas movie from its poor description, and I wanted to do that with music, and there wasn't anything when I googled, so I was like, let's make a form and have people submit. And I turned all the text for the song title answers to be white so I can't see them, but I don't remember. We'll see how many I remember from like reading when they first came in, so it might be more of you guessing.
That's fine.
We're also gonna see, I think we're good. I think these are all mostly PG.
Oh.
I did.
So Sabrina Carpenter's No Nonsense Christmas song or Nonsense Christmas edition is not on here.
I haven't seen that yet. Didn't it just come out like
not
yesterday?
The holiday special, I just meant the song in general.
Oh, I haven't heard that either.
Oh, that came out last year, so.
Okay.
I like that song for Christmas.
I did post in the Ladies and Tangents Facebook group, which is the fan group for Ladies and Tangents, and so I was like, we're gonna get some funny descriptions, but I don't know what.
Do you guys think we should have a Facebook page to commune with?
I feel like that would be fun. It'd be a cool community. That's something we could do in the new year, potentially. I guess I'll just like go down the line. We don't have like a whole lot, but that's fine time-wise if we're gonna do the article too. The man who sees you when you're your most vulnerable will arrive soon. He is watching and waiting, observing even.
It's a very easy one.
What is it?
He's making a list, checking it twice. Santa Claus is coming to town.
I was like, do you not know the name?
Sometimes I have to assume.
I don't think I knew this. I've heard of this
Is
song.
It right?
So we're gonna. Yeah, that's right.
Okay. You gotta tell me.
I feel like some of these songs, I'm like, I don't actually know what this is, but the descriptions, so. Starts with a happy family awaiting patriarchal arrival. Middle, bus full of people die. And then end is patriarch arrives, all is well. Fuck the bus full of dead people, I guess.
Is this the no, it's not Jingle Bells, is it?
No,
Did they crash in Jingle Bells?
I don't think you're gonna get this one because I've
Christmas,
never heard of this before.
Is it the Christmas shoe song?
No.
Okay, do you know what song I'm talking about with that one though? There is a sad ass Christmas song where like this little boy is just trying to get shoes for his father, and like, but then the dad like dies or something. It's like a sad ass song. Oh, because he has cancer.
Okay,
it's a really sad song.
This one is by Linda Bennett, and it's called An Old-Fashioned Christmas. And
yes,
then in parentheses,
I do know
Daddy's
that
Home.
one. Yeah.
So, I don't know that one, but I was like, what is happening?
Oh god, they used to play
murder.
They used to use it on a commercial for my hometown, and they like covered it. Yeah.
Okay. Child sets unrealistic expectations for Christmas gifts.
I want a hippopotamus for Christmas.
Yes.
I love that song. Alex is cynical yet loves. It's like when I was in middle school, people used to judge me so hard because I would be like, "Oh, I hate this song," and then sing every word to the song, and they're like, "Why are you singing it?" It's like, "Cause I know it, but I don't like it."
Yeah. We're just going to say it. It's fine. Christmas, but actual old man balls. I don't understand why that's the description, but I was like, "Excuse me, what?" Like I said, this is
I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus.
Silver bells.
Oh God, no. No. That's not what that song is about.
No, that's why I'm like, I think that was literally just based off the title.
Yeah.
I like this one. Just going absolutely ham on a snare.
Drummer boy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the little drummer boy.
Yeah. Orphan child begs a closed door to build a cold, heartless, and inanimate friend to keep them company.
Frosty!
No.
Wait, what? Say again.
Orphaned child begs a closed door to build a cold, heartless, inanimate friend to keep them company. I feel like this is Christmas adjacent because it's Disney. That'll be my hint.
Oh, do you want to build a snowman?
Yeah.
Wait, she's not a boy though. You said orphan boy.
Orphan child.
Oh.
There was no gender.
I don't know where I got boy then.
I don't know.
Elsa?
I don't know this one. The narrator follows a group of children.
Wait, that was kind of close with Frosty though.
No, yeah, the snowman, yeah. There's a snowman.
There's a snowman. I'm sorry, continue.
The narrator follows a group of children going to play in the snow and ominously predicts that one of them will soon be grievously injured. I've never heard this, so I don't think you'll get it, but I'm Googling it.
What?
Pentatonics has a version of this. Interesting.
I have no clue. Frosty.
White Winter Hymnal?
No
I don't know that song. But
see, there are some dark ass Christmas songs. Like, what the heck?
Yeah, I don't know. A very smitten person spends each day giving their person elaborate gifts for the entire Yuletide season.
12 days of Christmas.
Yeah, there we go. This is a repeat, but a different description. Weird kid wants an even weirder, obscure, and honestly unreasonable and ridiculous Christmas gift.
I want a hippopotamus.
Yeah. I was like,
it's a very similar description, too.
Yeah, just more detail.
This kid wants a really weird thing for Christmas.
Mm-hmm. Main character is bullied by peers, but then praised for using unique gifts to save the holiday.
Rudolph.
Yeah. I wrote that one.
Thank you, Katie.
A child is scarred for life when they witness their mother cheating on their father.
I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus.
Yeah. Okay. That was all of them.
That was
like, we'll go through quickly, but I was like, I think we'll have just enough where it's like, not too much, but a good amount. It says, okay, the article is the stories behind 24 of your favorite Christmas songs, but there's like some like really old ones where I'm like, I don't care about these. I feel like it's more of the...
What are like the top 5 interesting ones?
Top 5?
We'll do that, yeah.
I read this a long time ago, so I don't remember things is the problem.
I'll pick a number.
Pick a number?
How many are there?
24.
24. 7.
Okay, they're not actually numbered on here, so I get to count now. 1, 2, But I'm vetoing 4, 5 if it's like
That's
the boring
fine.
one. 6, 7. I guess we can do Feliz Navidad by Jose Feliciano. Bridging two cultures gave Jose Feliciano one of the most beautiful hits of his career. For his 1970 release, he sang the verses in English and the chorus in Spanish, filling out the title phrase with Prospero año y felicidad.
That was so good. I
took Spanish.
Speak Spanish to save my life.
Or a prosperous year in happiness. If I had left in Spanish only, then I knew the English stations might not play it, he told Billboard. So I decided to write an English lyric. 50 years later, this cross-cultural hit made a deeper impact than ever, hitting its all-time peak on the Billboard chart at number 6.
Very cool. 24.
Okay, I'll just scroll all the way down. Yay, I don't have to count. Jingle bells.
Okay.
Sure.
The old Christmas balls, part 2.
That was Silver Bells.
I know, but Jingle Bells, Silver Bells.
This festive, well-known Christmas song didn't actually begin as a Christmas song at all. It was written by James Pierpoint for his father's Sunday school class in Boston for children to perform as part of a Thanksgiving service in 1857.
It's a Thanksgiving song.
It's not surprising, then, that it doesn't contain a single reference to Christmas, the Nativity, or any of the icons typically associated with the holiday. Yet, with its jaunty melody, colorful sleigh ride imagery, and join-in sing-along chorus, it has been a musical staple of holiday programs for nearly 150 years, and is possibly one of the best-known songs in the world. That's a good point.
We gotta change
it's wintry.
It's a Thanksgiving song, everybody.
I guess. But that's a good point. I've never even thought of like, it's wintry stuff. There's not Christmas specific.
But that's why I think why I'm drawn to the winter songs is because like it's still Christmas songs, they're just winter songs, and so that's how I get away with it when I have to cover songs for Christmas.
There you go.
3.
Okay, I was gonna count back of a lot of the 20s seemed like ones we were gonna skip, so I was like, actually don't do these ones. But 3, all I want for Christmas is you by Mariah Carey.
I want for Christmas.
Okay.
Can't sing too much more, we'll get copywritten.
I know. I was like, you can only do so much. Nearly every song that's considered a holiday classic was written at least 40 years ago. In 1994, however, Carey cooked up a piece that stands with the best of them. It helped that it borrowed the wall of sound production and bouncy tunefulness of producer Phil Spector's by then established seasonal standards. Carey underscored the connection by dolling herself up as a bouffant-topped ronet in a video for the song. What's a ronet?
Is it a ronet?
I don't know. I don't know that word, so I just guessed how to say it. Still, she was initially reluctant to record a holiday ode. The head of her record company, Tommy Mottola, who was at the time her husband, wrote in his memoir, Hitmaker, that she felt such a nostalgic gesture would hurt her status with hip-hop fans. "What are you trying to do? Turn me into Connie Francis?" he quoted her as saying. In her 2020 memoir, The Meaning of Mariah Carey, the singer revealed that her holiday experiences growing up were far from merry, given her troubled family. She wrote the song as a corrective. "It was from my early fantasies of family and friendship," she noted. "This song came from a childlike space."
Oh, that's cute.
That's cute, yeah.
One
is Christmas, Baby Please Come Home by Darlene Love. One of the season's most beloved songs bombed on impact for a tragic reason. The kickoff single from the later-to-be classic album, A Christmas Gift for You from Phil Spector, had the unfortunate fate to be released on the same day that President John F. Kennedy was assassinated. Oh. In deference to the tragedy, both the single, voiced by girl group mainstay Darlene Love, and the album were temporarily pulled from stores. Even when they reappeared, they left no mark until 1972 when the full album started to gain traction through a reissue. The song itself didn't click until the 1980s, thanks entirely to the late-night TV host David Letterman. Starting in 1986, Love began performing the song on his show around the holiday, kicking off a tradition that lasted until Christmas 2014, 5 months before Letterman's retirement the next May. In 2015, Love found a new place to belt the classic each year on The View. That gave the song its all-time chart peak, breaking into Billboard's top 20.
Oh.
So basically,
isn't
it was
that the one
just
that
like
Jess
every
loves
year.
a new girl that she has, that Robbie surprises her with?
I don't remember.
I think so. Baby, please come home. 13.
Oh, God. Well, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can count or take this out. 6,
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
This Christmas by Donny Hathaway. Well, this 1970 song has been embraced by a broad range of listeners. In its early days, it had special resonance within the Black community. A lot of Black people would say Christmas doesn't start until we play This Christmas, the song's lyricist Nadine McKinner told the New York Post. McKinner was working in a Chicago post office when she wrote the lyrics in 1967, inspired by the rush of holiday-themed magazine covers pouring through the office. Though she had never collaborated with a major musician before, she wound up meeting Hathaway through her boyfriend who was doing design work for the star. Impressed by her words, Hathaway fleshed out the music. Though the record didn't connect at first, following the singer's death in 1979, the singing group The Whispers created A Song for Donny, which used the music from This Christmas, increasing its reach. Over the years, artists from Aretha Franklin to Patti LaBelle have covered the song. It even inspired a 2007 movie under the title, starring Idris Elba, is that how you say the name? And Regina King. I feel like there's a theme of like, it wasn't successful at first, but eventually it was. Okay, last one. Which one we doing?
20.
Santa Claus is Coming to Town by Eddie Cantor. Pop star Eddie Cantor unveiled this new tune on his radio program in 1934, but didn't want to record it. He thought it was too juvenile. His wife loved it, however, and convinced him to give it a try. It became a smash hit after Cantor performed it later that year at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade at the climactic moment as Santa was making his entrance into Macy's department store. Written by Haven Gillespie, a Kentuckian transplanted to New York, and Brooklyn's Fred Coots, a songwriter for Cantor's radio show. It's also been a hit for Bing Crosby, Perry Como, The Four Seasons, The Jackson 5, and Bruce Springsteen. Cool. Yeah.
And that is our
And I think that's going to be
episode.
all of them, because we could keep going, but we won't.
Let us know if you guys have any fun Christmas tunes. If there's a really awesome independent artist that has a Christmas song out, or a holiday song, or
I
a
have
winter
a playlist,
song,
so we can add it to that.
Let us know. One of the girls in my play released a Hanukkah song, and it appeared on a Hallmark movie as
I was going to say the Adam Sandler Hanukkah song was on the list. We just didn't pick it.
There's a whole bunch of stuff. So let us know, and maybe we'll review it on the pod. So
yeah, I have a new Christmas playlist that I do every year of stuff that comes out like within that specific year. So I could always add it if it was released this year.
Yeah,
so,
there you go.
Yeah, you could send that to themusiclenspodcast@gmail.com. No, we can find us at The Music Lens Podcast on all the things, and Alex the Laker Music on all the things, and Katie Fee Music on all the things. So Merry Christmas.
Have a happy holidays, everyone.
Happy holidays. We will see you next week for our last episode of the year, and then we're going to be off for the holidays. So.
Yes.
Yay. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.